Okay.
Okay.
Well, you said you had to poop, and how was the? No,
No.
you said you were pooping.
I said pee.
Oh, okay. So you admit that it was you and not me there typing, huh?
Uromycetitis. Okay, I don't want to get it. I had one of those moments where I looked at the time. I'm like, okay, 15 minutes till the show starts. I'm writing 2 scripts right now, which means instead of writing 1 good script, I'm writing 2 bad scripts, but I'm doing it at the same time.
So they're extra bad together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just in there. I was just doing one of these. Had one of those moments. I looked up and it was 8:59. I was like, oh crap.
Yep.
I just lost track of time.
Yeah, no,
So
it happened.
it's on me.
Well, listen, you're not the only busy one, okay? I fell asleep on the couch and didn't wake up till 4:30. So then I put myself to bed and then couldn't fall back asleep until 9 o'clock. And then I was like, well, let me try to get a little bit of sleep. And hence I had to walk the dogs and feed everybody before I came scrummailing onto screen. So yeah,
gonna be a real shitty show today, guys.
We are prepared. Aren't we both? Oh, baby. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another episode of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is JP. Yes. I almost wore an orange shirt as well.
You shoulda.
You
really shoulda.
I didn't, though.
No. I do not have ADHD, Nathan. Nathan Shadows.
They checked that for the
stay in the shadows with your medical diagnosis.
Only 2 calculus. Yeah. Shout out to Minnesota Frost. Yeah.
I have anger management issues, you son of a bitch.
That is true. He gets very angry very quickly over the most minute details, but it happens. How you doing, buddy? How was the long weekend? I haven't seen you in a hot second. We didn't have a show Friday. We didn't have a show Monday. And now here we are on Wednesday with almost as little to talk about as we would have had on Friday or Monday.
There is a little bit to talk about, which is nice. But it was good. It was a good weekend. Kind of busy. I'm going to be gone Monday as well. So no show on Monday.
Excuse me. We do a show. It is our peak season.
I know.
There could be news that, of course, Aaron Rodgers is probably going to sign on Monday.
He will sign on Monday, and I'll be away from internet, away from everything. I won't even be able to talk about it.
Where are you going? The mountains?
Yeah. I'll be in Las Montañas.
Oh, that sounds very nice.
Come find me.
I'll come find you. Scorch, that's actually funny that you mentioned that because I have a text from this morning from my friend literally who's like, hey, did you listen to the new single? I have not yet. It's going to be required listening right after GPS. I listened to their first single that they came out with, and I was not a fan. That one was kind of meh, but I hope this one's better. I hope this one. I hope. Hey, football. Let's go, baby. Home from the hospital. The guts have been rearranged. And now.
There you go. Wow.
That's right. Be back and pooping in no time.
Wow.
There's nothing like pooping in your toilet. You know, it's like when your butt Bluetooth syncs with your home toilet. It's a great day.
Yeah.
You know,
I had a lovely poop yesterday.
Yesterday you had a nice poop.
And I was thinking, you know what? A good poop is as good, if not better, than a great night's worth of sleep. It's that invigorating. Once your body clears out that garbage you don't need, you get a little buzz from it. Any of you ever have a post-poop buzz?
Yeah, you got a little pep in your step.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations on the new baby. Who cares about the membership? Congratulations. Let's go. That's super exciting. I wish you and your fam nothing but the absolute best. Yeah, no. You're good.
Best decision you ever made, Sod.
Yeah. So go join Pernas after that. In terms of the post-poop euphoria that you speak of, what was it because of the Like you just emptied? Was it just
I don't know, man. It's
white?
just when you have one, you just feel good.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, what about that particular one? You were just like, oh, I feel lighter. I feel healthier.
I think you feel lighter. I think your whole body just feels more ready to receive.
Oh, okay.
Whether that's nutrients, light of the sun, you're seeing the world with some rose-colored glasses after a good big shit.
It's post-poop buzzing. That's it.
You got your post-poop buzz.
Yeah, post-poop buzz.
Post-poop buzz.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. You guys just wait until we launch our next coffee in a month or two.
Post-poop buzz.
Not going to be post-poop buzz, but that might be a tagline on it.
Local medical expert here, and I will take this at face value because it's the internet. It's because you bear down. I already disagree with this because you use the phrase bear down and put pressure on your vagus nerve. It calms you down.
Oh. Nice.
He said bear
real.
down.
It's real.
If he was just saying that's phrase to get me to say bear down, and I already don't like
the vagus nerve.
I don't know about that. That's hey, easy. Thank you so much for the 20 memberships. Boop, boop.
Relieving you of pressure.
I also love how that's the first talking point that we brought up. You're just like yesterday, not even today. You're like yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
I had a good poop.
It just felt good after it.
That's good, buddy. I'm glad. So you had a nice weekend then.
Yeah, it was solid. Solid. Did you do anything?
Did I do anything?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I worked. Went up to New Paltz on Saturday, so that was really nice. I filmed some Coach. Yeah, so we did a bunch of writing last night for Coach. So.
Ooh, yeah. There you go.
We're working on it.
There you go.
It's no good, JP. That's no good. Knives in your poop, not good. Knives.
You should go to the doctor.
It's just like a ninja star coming out. Yeah, that's never gonna be a good one. But we do have some things to talk about. I'm so glad that you put the Terry Bradshaw thing in there. We'll talk about that, about Aaron Rodgers. But there's a few things. There's Jair Alexander news for Packers fans. I put out a short yesterday, kind of just touching on that. So there's a little bit of an update there. On top of that, it seems like the NBA and NHL are copying each other's homework because it's all 3-1 series. Pacers beating the Knicks last night. You got Edmonton up 3-1 against Dallas. Ooh, it's still some good stuff, though.
So Canada can make it. They can make it.
They can. Are NFL games just a mechanism to generate stats for discussion? Is that their sole purpose? No, I don't think that their sole purpose is just for stats, but I think that you have different ways that you can ingest the game. And one of the most popular ways, especially because of fantasy football, is going to be via stats. So, trust me.
NFL games are just a mechanism for bringing you the greatest entertainment you've ever experienced in a 3.5-hour window. That's why we watch. Yeah, football's just awesome.
Do you miss it yet? Or are you in your off?
Not quite. Mode? No, not. I mean, we're at a point where I miss having too many things to figure out what to talk about versus like, fuck. What are we going to make some videos about this week that are going to be good and kind of...
Speaking of, first of all, Brandon Perna hitting 750,000 subscribers. So
yes. Thank you to all the bots I paid.
Listen, it worked. It worked. Using that underdog. But in terms of the question that I have for you, did you expect your baseball video to do so well? That Rockies video did pretty good. Did pretty well.
Yeah. No, that's a great segue here.
Carl, huge congrats on that new job. Let's go. Go on, man.
No, I didn't.
For that week off, though.
I did not expect it to do well. Where is this?
You should give Johnny more baseball videos at it. I'm so sorry, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. He did such a nice job.
That's it.
God damn it.
It's okay, buddy. We're going to get there.
Oh, here, hold on.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Okay, the Colorado Rockies have now lost 21 consecutive series dating back to last season. It's the longest series losing streak in MLB history.
Woo! History.
The Rockies keep on rocking. I feel bad for the players on the Rockies.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just they're a historically bad baseball team right now on a historically bad pace. And that was kind of one of the things, like when we were making the Rockies video, like Will and I talked about, it's like, we wanted to keep it relevant for as long as possible. If you're putting in baseball numbers or stats, like that shit can be negated, in less than 24 hours. In the NFL, you got a good week, right? Maybe your numbers or whatever. Baseball, there's games every day. So we wanted to be aware of that within the video. And doing a baseball video, I was so uncertain. I knew the video was good.
Yeah.
Like Will crushed the script. Johnny crushed the edit. I was like, yeah, this is great. But I had it was a Bear mattress ad, and they wanted it to go up on Friday. And I was like, I was going to put it in Monday's video because I don't know if this video is going to do well. So like, okay, put it in the video you're going to think that you think will do better. So had I known, I would have just left it in the Rockies video. But when you're at an all-time, whether it's a great or a worst thing and it's sports related, it's probably going to do well. You looking for seats at Coors?
$15 on this Wednesday primetime game. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. You can always get good seats at Coors for fair prices.
$138, 2 rows away from first base.
Dude, when the Yankees were just here, this is part of the problem. When the Yankees were just playing Colorado, I think they had 41,000 people at the stadium.
Of course, Brave.
Let me see here.
Well, I didn't check the Mets one because I wanted to be fair. But yeah, I mean, people still going. I mean, also, let's be honest too. How many live events are like relatively affordable right now? So, hey, if your baseball team sucks, might as well go see baseball.
Oh, here you go.
Why not?
Here you go. 47,000 announced as the official attendance to watch the worst team in baseball.
Hey.
And we talked about like part of the problem with the Rockies is like they can be bad. People are still going to go watch games because the Coors Field experience it's awesome. It's a great stadium. It's got they say the best bar. It's the best bar in the city that also has baseball games going on.
Hey,
yeah.
How the concession prices?
They're high. Not like the craziest, you know what I mean? I feel like their beer is okay. But you got opposing teams fans who go there because they know their team's got a good chance to win. So it's like it's a conundrum. They're gonna make money every freaking year, and that's the only way you can change something at the top if it's affecting their bottom line, and it just doesn't. Mm-hmm. So I feel bad for the players, the people who actually, really care about baseball because it's not good right now. And the worst part, Tom, and I didn't know this until recently, but in baseball, you can't have like a top 5 draft pick so many years in a row for like anti-tanking rules. And the Rockies have been bad for a few years now. They won't get to pick, I think 10 or 11 is the earliest they get to pick in this draft, and they might be historically one of the worst teams ever, and they won't even get number 1.
So their punishment for being a bad team is like, hey, you've been such a crappy team for so long, you can't do this anymore. Interesting.
You can't have a top 10 pick. Yeah, sorry. So they're picking 11 at the best.
Jeez. It's 5 years in a row?
Something like that. I forget. Dude, I made a video about it, but do you think I retain any info? No.
Nope, because now it's gone. Now it's no longer there. Hey, at least you're making history. So that's I told you I went to Coors at one time, and it was $16 for like a few rows back from the first baseline. It was great. I mean, that was probably 12 years ago now, but they weren't good then. So not much. Comrade, I hate an early bye week because with anything, there's always going to be injuries. And considering that the NFL season's already a very long season, I want their bye week to be as late as humanly possible or somewhere in the middle. So when you have it super early, now you have to have guys go out there and they got to play 12 straight weeks of football. It's just it's a little tough on the body. You want to be a little bit more fresh going in. But hey, if the Eagles could do it, it could be done. It could be done.
Sweet 16?
Let's go.
You're turning 16?
He's been here 16 months. I appreciate you.
Oh.
I think that's what. Hey, why Rockies let him go? Why Perna? You would know. They
didn't want to pay him. Now. They gave him a contract where they put in an opt-out that he didn't ask for. That's how cheap they are at times. Yeah.
Is there a way to get those cursed NFL logos? Well, Rachel is making them. Rachel makes them for Perna.
The new cursed logos are in the process of being created. I've got Rachel taking a stab at our next coffee design. It is going to be so good.
Is it involve poop?
And we've got a Rocky. We're going to have a Rocky shirt hopefully coming out soon.
Oh, is it
just not a Rocky shirt, a baseball shirt? Sell the team. It's sell the team.
Wow, so you're just going to make money because anybody can wear that if they don't like their team.
Well, sell the team. Sell the team.
Yankees lost to the Rockies. Hey, there you go. That's what Perna did.
I know it's
a Perna curse, baby.
Don't worry, that was the only game that they've won since then.
Was there a little concern that maybe they start going on a winning streak as soon as you put out that video, or you're like they're so bad that it's very likely that doesn't happen?
No, I actually wasn't worried. I was like, they're one game, and then I think the next game they lost. Didn't the Yankees score like 12 or 13 in the next game?
There you go. You got him back.
Got him right back.
It's fine. St. Louis Cardinals. There you go. There's a little bit to talk about. Joey Bosa was mentioned before. Karakina donated and talked about that. Yeah, Joey Bosa already starting off his stint with the Buffalo Bills with a little calf injury, and that prompted the internet because I think Perna will be the first one to tell you that he saw this one coming from a few miles away. Maybe.
What I tell you guys?
A lot of miles.
What I tell you guys?
That's a high-scoring game.
You're going to let Von Miller go due to age and possible injury concerns? Understandable.
Also, pay
I get that.
A lot of money. Costs a lot of money.
But you're going to replace him?
That's right.
With the king of injury concerns, Joey Bosa. Day one, pulled a calf. Oh, did he just pull the calf? Sounds like he just went out and grabbed a cow.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he assisted in a birth, maybe?
Yeah.
Like on a farm or something?
Out for the foreseeable future, too, is what's like, it's Bosa, so we don't fucking know when he's coming back, guys.
I mean, I guess the quote unquote, and I'm going to use the biggest air quotes here, good news is that this happened early. Like it's May.
No, I think it's a bad omen. Right? I think the Bills are fucked, dude. They're so screwed right now.
Well, I mean, if their entire pass rush was contingent on Joey Bosa, then they were already screwed, right? Just like if their pass rush was contingent on Von Miller, like they wanted to get away from that. That's why like Bosa didn't really move the needle for me, and I wanted them to go after some more pass rushers. But I mean, they just need to get younger at that position. I don't think that if Bosa can come back and even if he's a rotational guy, right? Like if he can come in and start making a little bit of an impact, even on third downs, it's something. It's something. Could the star QB and pitcher in this could be the star QB and pitcher in the same city? Bo Nix.
Oh yeah, they won the game that Bo Nix threw out the pitch.
Sure.
And then they haven't won since. It's like, well, let's just get Bo in there every game and see if that's the thing. Do we need Bo Nix?
You need him. Going to the Broncos home opener with my dad as a Father's Day present. Will they win?
Yes. Guaranteed.
Who's their week one opponent again?
The Broncos?
Yeah.
The Titans. Cam Ward. It's Cam Ward.
Oh, it is Cam Ward. They should win. I mean, just with that defense alone. I did see that really nice Cam Ward throw to Calvin Ridley, though. That was very nice. that was very nice. We're getting excited about Calvin Ridley again during the offseason. That's how you know it's the offseason, when you're excited for Calvin Ridley.
Ridley time.
There you go. Going Denver. Oh, never. But yes, there's that. Shemar Stewart, speaking of pass rushers.
What's more predictable?
Like
the Bengals or Joey Bosa being injured? And the thing with Bosa's injuries, they're always little ones like this.
Sure.
It's an ankle, it's a calf, it's a hamstring. He's going to be out for a couple weeks, and then it takes longer to recover than expected. Bengals got not one, but two edge rushers holding out at the moment, Tom. They're rookie and they're veteran.
Okay.
At least get one of them in there, Cincy.
I feel like with the rookie deals too, like they're pretty, I don't want to say boilerplate, but
they're
like
boilerplate as fuck.
Boilerplate, right? Like it's pretty cut and dry. There's a few things that you can negotiate, like guarantees, and over the years you've seen first round picks up to, it usually goes until, oh God, it's like in the 20s now for the picks. It's a fully guaranteed contract, right? So they don't have to worry about that. So Shemar Stewart and the Bengals kind of having some disagreements there, and Stewart's still not on the field for the Bengals. So it's a little, I know it's not overly concerning, but I think for Bengals fans, as they already went through with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, that got cleared up. Then they're still going through this with Trey Hendrickson, and now they're going through this with Shemar Stewart, where there was already some feelings about Shemar Stewart and his productivity in college, and now it's just like, cool, it's another thing. Oh, and now Joey Bosa, like it's just great.
Yeah, I think like
maybe
whatever Shemar Stewart and his agent want at this point, it's like it's just like some guarantees, like you have like a little bit of variance and like bonus and guarantees and how they're paid out. It's not even so much about like the amount. Just fucking do it, Cincinnati. Like you got to spend a little extra on some of the guarantees or whatever it is that you want there. Just do it. Just for the optics alone. Like, it's silly that they haven't. And I get maybe like what was it, a few weeks ago he wasn't there for the rookie mini camps?
Yeah.
All right. Just get it done before this one. So nobody talks about it. Like literally just for that reason alone. Just so nobody talks about it.
I heard Kirk Cousins. I didn't actually see about Kyle Pitts. So Cousins didn't show up. I mean, to the OTAs. There was something that came out too that maybe the Steelers are going to be looking at Kirk Cousins if the whole Aaron Rodgers thing doesn't work out. Look at that transition. But yeah, I think Bengals fan for 1 second. You'd be like, his team just be normal, please. Can we just not? Can we just do things the way that we're supposed to and have a nice day, please and thank you.
Kyle Pitts was there. You just didn't notice, as if he were on your fantasy team.
That's a good job, buddy. Good job. My Scooter take, the Bills will never ever win a Super Bowl as long as Perna supports them as his second team. Comrade, maybe. It's the Perna curse. Maybe. Maybe.
If you look at the Bills, historically speaking, I don't think that's true. Although, I mean, I wanted him to win in the 90s, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Look at that. Lions. Been rooting for them, too.
Rooted for the Lions because of Barry Sanders. Rooted for the Bills because of Thurman Thomas. I was a running back kid. I liked running backs. And the NFL basically tried to kill running backs. So maybe you're actually onto something.
Might be.
Also, running backs, James Cook holding out, not showing up for the Bills.
Yeah.
What are you concerned about more? James Cook not being there or Joey Bosa
James Cook
getting hurt while probably taking a poop?
Cook. It's all James Cook. You see how good he was last year?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think James Cook is very good.
He's good.
And I'm always pro running back.
Here we go. But there's a buck coming.
He had 16 rushing touchdowns. Is that what it was? 16 is an insane amount of rushing TDs. I think
16.
A lot of those, they're red zone rushing touchdowns.
Like Jamal Williams that 1 year, right? Very
impressive. You could argue like you can get that production. You like Ray Davis back there. I think it's important that James Cook plays for the Bills. I think he's in a tough spot where he's rightfully asking for more money, but it's just, I don't know in terms of his entire body of work where the Bills value him as a running back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's, I think that having the run game that they did last year, he is coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. I think that you'd rather have him on the team, but I understand how much do you actually want to pay him?
Yeah, he went 2 touchdowns, 16 touchdowns last year. And it's 1,000 yards. Do we need to change like the
barometer?
Yeah, we got an extra game now. 1,000 yards from a running back because it was 1,009 yards. I'm not really impressed. I think by like I think you got to be like 1,200 now to be like, oh fuck yeah, that guy's a difference maker for the team. And I love James Cook. I'm not.
You're saying that you could go out there and rush for 1,000 yards.
I could get the 9.
Do you think over the course of the season you could get the 9 yards?
Yeah. I think running back is the easiest position to go out there and do if you're coming off the street.
Depending on your offensive
line. I think kicking a field goal would be tougher, dude.
Offensive line has to be a huge consideration there because you just die. Like that's just you have bad offensive line.
But like if you were asked to take one hand off or block Myles Garrett, I'm taking the hand off.
I mean, as a running back, maybe you have to. Maybe there's a chip play and you're going to be blocking Myles Garrett. You got to do, but you're getting hit every single time you're touching the ball.
Yeah. Maybe safety. Safety would actually be the easiest. You just play deep safety and you actually don't contribute to the play. You just stand way back there. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Kirby Joseph should retire because, you're just too bored back there. He could just go and play baseball or golf or whatever the hell he wants to do and not be on the Lions anymore. That'd be great. So I think
there you go.
That'd be good. Week 15, GPS Bowl. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Jordan Love. No. Peyton Manning unretires, replaces Bo and goes undefeated. I think that's more likely.
Jordan Love sets the record for most interceptions in a game.
Also, how about we capitalize that L? Put some respect on Jordan Love's last name. How dare you?
Love. Love. It's
gonna be interesting. Speaking of the Denver Broncos.
Oh yes,
a little Ring of Honor action. This was so nice. It was so nice to see this.
Very cool. Let me bring it up here.
Yes.
The old Demary. Oh, actually, before Demaryius Thomas, this was just really funny. So I'm working on a video and I stumbled upon this headline. Former NFL QB David Carr still alive. I was like, what the hell kind of headline is that?
Old.
Yeah. Very funny.
Oh man. Okay.
All right. Demaryius Thomas, he's going into the Broncos Ring of Fame. Something we assumed, would eventually happen. But it just kind of reminded me of like how good Demaryius Thomas was. Like that's what I was thinking about. Like
he was very good.
It's been just long enough where I feel like people don't understand just how good he was on the field.
Yeah.
And in terms of like Broncos history, you can see like second most receiving yards, second most receiving touchdowns, second most receiving yards per game in team history.
That's awesome.
And like when Peyton Manning got there, so this is what Demaryius Thomas, drafted by Josh McDaniels. One of the nice things Josh brought to the team, because everything else that he brought was just a bag of dog shit lit on fire by Satan himself. But drafting DT, very smart. And DT was performing with Kyle Orton and Tim Tebow. You could tell he was good, but when Peyton Manning got there, you're like, oh shit.
He's like this is what having a quarterback looks like.
Insane athleticism for his size too. It's like he was like 6'3", 6'4", but he had elite speed. And with the sheriff in town, like it was just such a fun duo. And he averaged 10 touchdowns with Peyton Manning. But if you haven't watched for a while, go look at some old Demaryius Thomas highlights. And probably one of the most insane plays was just the wide receiver bubble screens they would throw to Demaryius Thomas that he would take to the house. Just like easy throw from Peyton, touchdown. But perfect for him to go into the Ring of Fame. Well earned, well deserved, and he was just good. He was just good, DT.
Well, did they announce? Is there a certain game that they're going to be inducting him in, or is it just kind of like they're doing it during the offseason? Because I would assume that they would.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what day they're going to do it. They maybe have announced it.
Home opener or something.
I don't like to look at dates.
Calendar scary.
Yeah, I'm not like when. I'll be here.
You're like, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not going to be there.
Broncos game, so I'll see it. It'll be there. Speaking of quarterbacks, we mentioned Peyton Manning. Down. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. So we're really just waiting on, I would say, because the offseason is in full swing now, right? We're gonna have some like little pieces of information here and there. Oh, before we get to Aaron Rodgers, let's talk about his former team and talk about Jair Alexander super duper quick. Because there was an update for that. So I put out a short yesterday. So Jair Alexander, as reported by Matt Schneidman yesterday from The Athletic, reported that the Packers have offered Jair Alexander a restructured contract. Now, this is a little bit of news. Now, of course, it doesn't mean anything because Jair could be like, cool, thanks, no, right? Could still say no, but is intending to at least show up to mandatory practice. So that's going to be interesting. But apparently, let's just go through this entire saga because there's been a lot going on with Jair Alexander. So even throughout this season, unfortunately, Jair Alexander, he's, as Matt LaFleur would put it, he's been snake bitten, right? And hasn't been able to be on the field as much as everyone would like. He's a great player when he's on the field, definitely changed after that injury, but unfortunately the consistency of being on the field hasn't always been there these past couple of years. And so there was some heavy talk. And even from Jair Alexander after the last game, cleaning out his locker, saying like, I don't know if I'm going to be here. You listen to all the off the field comments by Goody and LaFleur and just kind of expressing they don't know if he's going to be there. Throw on top of that, you had a bunch of reporters basically saying, hey, this guy is going to be gone. There's almost no shot that he's going to be coming back. Some of them having a lot of conviction in that case. So it seems that things have gotten a little bit better for Jair Alexander and the Green Bay Packers. You saw him working out. I think it was with Xavier McKinney during the offseason, right? He's following Matthew Golden on Instagram, and none of this means anything, right? Like, this is all just, we have no information, and we're just trying to be like, okay, maybe that's some hope. But it was reported yesterday that they did offer him a revised contract, as he's expected to make over $16 million this year. And I think just based off the amount of games that he's starting per season, the Packers didn't want to pay that kind of money. So the good news is that Jair still has 2 more years left on his deal. There was talks about trade all offseason, and it looks like they're kind of backing that up now. And it seems, knock on wood, that maybe he is going to be returning to the Green Bay Packers, or at least they're working in that direction, which as a Packers fan, thank God. While it is incredibly frustrating for him to not be on the field and to be injured, when he's on the field, that secondary is much better, and I feel a whole lot better about that corner room if Jair is there. So that's, thankfully, some good news.
Some say he's the Joey Bosa of corners.
No one says that. No one says that. No one. So maybe Jair Alexander and reuniting with the Packers, likely in these coming weeks.
Yeah, it'd be great. He'll miss 7 games next year.
What do you think of the actual flag football players taking issue with the NFL trying to put their players on the Olympic team? I get where they're coming from. I feel a few things.
Don't care.
I feel a few things. The publicity I think that they would get from getting NFL things is going to dwarf whatever. Like, that's the reality of the situation of any flag football player. But at the same time, I don't know, have open tryouts. Like just throw random guys on there and see who plays flag football better.
Why? How come nobody's asked the question, like, why aren't we just playing actual football at the Olympics versus flag football?
I think the injury concerns are going to be through the roof.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't care about that, obviously. Like, is flag football that big globally to justify an Olympic?
Well, that's a different story. Like, that's
right? Like, why wouldn't it be the actual game? I understand why the NFL wouldn't want their players to be playing in a football game for the Olympics, because the NFL is a bigger brand than the Olympics, even, But like, October 19th. Thank you, Vanessa. Hell yeah.
Date.
Like, why wouldn't it be football? That's the actual sport that's played globally. I don't know.
I mean, because you also wouldn't get the best players. I mean, if we did that too, just because
you'd get the best players from the other countries. Flag football is just so boring to watch.
I understand, but it's going to be the injury factor. I mean,
no, I know that.
It's just that.
I'm saying if you're not, but injuries, that's not really, I think, a concern if you're the Olympics. The Olympics is like, if we're going to add a sport, let's add a really good, popular sport that merits being there. Nobody's questioned flag football and its merit of being in the Olympics. I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm saying it just doesn't. It really doesn't make sense when you think about it.
That's true.
As I'm talking right now, this is making less and less sense to me, Tom.
Now is it going to be a third script?
No, God, no. No. I guess the question too is like, okay, to be an Olympic flag football team, why are we assuming that NFL players would be unequivocally better than, say, a trained flag football team that plays in these games?
Well, that's the argument, right? That's the argument. That it's like, hey, that's why you potentially have an open tryout. So is it going to be more for publicity, or is it going to be actual like skill within the sport?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's like, if all the athletes are freak athletes, you assume they can just go out there and work everybody. But maybe you're playing against the Serbian flag football team. They have mastered teamwork, and you get shocked.
Maybe. I'm just saying.
Anyway.
Dude, I'm telling you, Tom Brady's going to come out of retirement and go get a gold medal.
Dude, I've seen enough of Tom. He was just at, what was it, what race was it? Was it the Indy 500? I don't fucking know. But he got booed. Yeah, it was the Indy 500 because in Indy he got booed. I know he's with Fox. Like, I've just seen enough of Tom lately. Like, he retired, thought maybe, okay, finally, less of Tom. No, it's more. There's more of Tom. There's more of Tom now than ever, and I really don't think I need it.
I think that's going to be taken out of context so well. Oh, man, that's perfect. Just anytime you're just annoyed at me, we just play that back.
I just don't need more Tom.
I don't need more Tom. I get it.
He's got a YouTube channel. He's doing interviews and being parts of things, and it's like, I miss when a guy would retire and you never fucking heard from that guy again.
I'm trying, man.
I miss it.
Yeah, I get you. Oh no, you're gonna see him forever.
I miss it.
Forever. Well, yeah. I mean, again, there is American football that is played, throughout the world. Just like in Europe.
Played a lot in Europe. It's played in maybe it's only Europe.
Hey, someone just mentioned Japan as well. I mean, it does exist. I think this will be an interesting test. But I would imagine you're going to have a bunch of NFL players that are going to.
I would much rather see NFL players competing in the Olympics in sports that they were great at, right? Like the last round, if Tyreek Hill was out there sprinting, doing some of those races, I feel like that would be more interesting than flag football. Because there's a lot of guys that, were great in one area of track or whatever, like. You get fucking, I don't know, Penei Sewell doing shot put or something. Like, I want to watch that.
Oh, Johnny with a hot take here. I liking the painting Manning commercials.
Okay, Barks. You're getting a video to edit today.
And it's going to be on golf.
You talk shit about Manning, I'm going to give you a video.
You're like,
you need to be about Peyton Manning, too.
Yeah, holy crap, Halliburton. This just in. He might be pretty good. This Halliburton guy. He might be okay. Yeah, so not only are the Pacers up 3-1 against the Knicks, but he has just been a stud, dude. And like the Pacers, I've watched this entire series, and I've watched them throughout the playoffs, of course, beating the Bucs as well. Not so great. But dude, like they are a really fun team to watch. Like they're playing really fun basketball, and like their stamina is insane.
Yeah.
Like even just the way that game started last night. I mean, it was so fast paced, and I was like, okay, we'll see how it looks in the second half. Dude, it's been so much fun. And so while I know it's all 3-1, being able to flip back and forth, be like, okay, that's not super competitive right now. Let me go to hockey. It's a good time of the year.
Halliburton's putting up like Jokic type stat lines. Like points, assists, rebounds, the most without like a single turnover while doing it. He's just playing out of his mind right now. I think it said like he's having like, is it one of, or if not one of the, maybe the best playoff
last night? He had no turnovers, and to do it, it was pretty wild.
Let me see. I saw the stat earlier. He's trending. Halliburton's trending.
Over 100 countries flag football. Let's go. Come on. You think it's going to be Pacers Thunder? You don't think the Timberwolves are going to be able to howl their way back?
No, Wolves are screwed. They're done.
Oh,
They're
man.
cooked.
Perna curse. I remember. You were like, I think the Knicks are going to win. You said it on stream. When you were watching, the Nuggets.
Didn't see this coming.
Yeah, no.
First player ever. See, that's a Jokic stat line right there.
Yeah, it's because he had the 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
Hey, Lucy, appreciate you.
Efficient.
Dude, it's cool to watch. So maybe we're gonna see the Pacers in the finals. They gotta win one more game. And we'll see what happens. Sorry, we totally got derailed. I know we're usually on topic.
Yeah, we're always on
But
point.
Aaron Rodgers.
Terry Bradshaw of Aaron Rodgers calls Rodgers' interest in the Steelers a joke. That guy needs to stay in California. Go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there. That's the most coherent thing Bradshaw said all year, Tom.
He's still upset about the Super Bowl 45. Go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there. That is what a quote.
Yeah.
What a quote.
Terry still got it. I didn't mean to click on that.
Yeah. I feel like every time. Oh, okay. Couple of things. So some serious things, right? So for Aaron Rodgers, I don't think you and I have called something more than we could have ever called something. So when he went on McAfee, what was that, like a month, 2 months ago, what have you, and said that there was a lot of personal stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
And he was very cryptic about it. And it seemed like it was like that seems like that's something that's going to come up at a later date. It does seem like there's some people around him that are going through cancer treatment. So definitely want to have some sympathies for that. But it feels like when it comes to Rodgers, there's not a lot of talk about until there's these random quotes that are coming. I'm like, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers is still undecided. I feel like out of all the years that we've been on Aaron Rodgers watch, this is probably the least sensationalized, and it still is generating, the interest they are. Just because I think the Jets really. I was wearing a Lambeau shirt yesterday, and I was walking down the street, walking Sinclair, and one of my neighbors came out with a Jets shirt on. I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "Would be better if we never got your quarterback." Like, we still remember. So I feel like just his time with the Jets really didn't do him any favors.
No, and obviously, part of that's injury, but like, I think at this point, it's just about the fact that he remains uncommitted.
Yeah.
And instead of just saying like, I am going to play, it will be with the Steelers. I don't know when I'm going to be able to show up to start practicing with the guys. I think people would be like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
And he's in this weird spot where he's played long enough. He's achieved enough in his career. And we only do it with quarterbacks where, like, if they don't want to be at these activities, we go, okay, you've kind of earned that. But when it's a decision that's yet to be made, when it feels like a team is really, really banking on him actually going there, like the Steelers, it appears to do. And when it's a new team where you should be there to at least get to know some of the guys, that's when people are like, well, just fucking tell us, dude. Just are you acting? And if he's just like, I might retire. Okay, we understand you're trying to make that decision, but it feels like at this point too, if you're not here with the Steelers,
sure,
even with all the leeway people want to give you, it feels like you're not actually committed to helping that team win. And that's probably what actually frustrates somebody like Terry when he's talking about like chewing on bark, because if a quarterback's coming, you want them to feel like they're all in on helping you.
Sure.
And it does not feel like that with Rodgers. And at this point, it probably never will. And I think the worst part of it is if he doesn't, then you got to accept Kirk Cousins as your new Lord and Savior of Pittsburgh. I don't think Steelers fans really want either.
No, I don't think so.
Let's be honest. You're going to be in a better position if Rodgers is your quarterback, or at least if he's on the roster than you are right at this moment.
Yes,
then I don't know, man.
What is currently on the roster? Yes, I agree with that. We talked about this before. I feel like it's just been more of the media carrying some of this story more than because we really just haven't heard from Rodgers a ton. He went on like McAfee and that was it. But he's like, just dealing with personal stuff. And so I feel like just every now and then it's like, oh yeah, we're waiting on Aaron Rodgers, because it's one, not as big as a story as it would be in previous years. And two, there's really only one place he's going to go. He was straight up asked about the Saints and he's like, no, I'm good.
And he hinted, what did he say? Like he might play for a team that plays the Bears this year on the road or some shit, whatever it was. I think he's going to join the Steelers, but like,
you're just like, just get it done.
Just to say, I'll be there. Just say, I'm going to be there. I'm waiting for some shit to play out, but I will play the Steelers. Sign the thing. Be like, I signed the contract. I will be a Steeler. They're going to let me work this shit out. It would be a lot easier. Well, and it's fair for fans to be annoyed by it at this point. If you're a Steelers fan and you want him to be your quarterback, like,
but to be fair, that's also the Steelers' decision.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
The Steelers could literally end this tomorrow and be like, sorry, Aaron, we're going with Kirk Cousins. And I don't think that's going to make their fans happy either. But
we're going with the worst version of you, Aaron, on the field.
And again, like it's not even just of what he's done. It's just these past 2 years have, like, Aaron obviously was injured, and then last year wasn't great. So it's kind of just, okay, that excitement isn't even there. And if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Steelers and balls out, it's going to be fun to freaking watch, man. He's playing the Packers Sunday Night Football. Like, it'll be cool to watch. But I just think that there's less of an opportunity for that to happen.
Aaron wasn't great last year, but he looked better than Kirk Cousins last season. And I think like that's what you're looking at if you're a Steelers fan. Mm-hmm. But I feel like Steelers fans are also kind of getting what they finally want too. If he doesn't, I think the best thing for the Steelers as an organization is he doesn't fucking play this year and they suck and they're in a position to actually change their franchise.
Correct. I mean, they've been waiting for that for years.
Yeah.
But Tomlin's been dragging them to the playoffs, which again,
I think Mike Tomlin should take the year off. You should just be like, I'm taking a gap year. We are going to suck. I will keep my winning record. I will not coach this year. And then I'm going to come back when we can draft the quarterback we want, and we're going to reset.
It's like Sean Payton and the Saints. He's kind of just like, let me just take a...
Exactly. So I'm going to go to TV for 1 year, and then I'll come back.
Where'd you rank the Rams in the league in NFC? Do you think they beat the Strouds week 1? I think that's going to be a great test.
That's a fascinating game week 1.
Yeah, it really... I think I'm very high on the Rams. I think that
you should be hopeful for both teams. The caveat being like, we're unsure if the Texans actually did anything to help their offensive line.
Yeah, I mean,
they got rid of guys.
They did. Well, yeah, Kenyon Green, that's a net positive. But yeah, I think in terms of the Rams themselves, I think that they're a playoff team. So, they're one of the top 7 teams, I think, in the NFC. I think I want to see what their division looks like. I think there's a lot of folks that are down on the 49ers, but they do have an easy schedule. So we'll see like where they are, like how much of a contender they're going to be. The Seahawks, I think, are going to kind of be like a middle of the road team right now. And then the Cardinals, their defense could be exciting. We'll see what Marvin Harrison Jr. does this year. But I think it's their division to lose. So, I mean, just that pass rush alone, man, is so good.
Yeah. I'm talking, and I mean, they let Laramie Tunsil go. They traded Tunsil.
They traded Tunsil to the Commanders.
Yeah,
correct.
They got, was Cam Robinson's the replacement? I have less questions, I guess, about the Rams this season than the Texans, but I think they both have the potential to be, they're probably the favorites to win both of their divisions right now. So that's a fun game week 1.
Oh yeah, Hassan Reddick.
Oh, this is great.
That was the other one. Yes. What a name. Very thick hog.
Talk about another dumb move.
Reddick is, because they signed him to a 1-year deal, and Reddick is I'm going to defend him a little bit, not for the sitting out point, but he has gotten, he has just wanted a long-term deal, and he's put up pretty good numbers. He didn't do anything with the Jets, but I'm saying he's put up good numbers on the teams that he was on, because his stats, hold on, this is what he wanted to avoid.
Yeah.
So from 2020, he was at the Cardinals, right? 12.5 sacks. Then went to the Panthers for a year, 11 sacks. Then went to the Eagles for 2 years, 16 sacks, then 11 sacks. And then, of course, didn't do anything with the Jets last year. But this has been talked about for every offseason for years now. Hassan Reddick wants that big time contract that he's going to get, and he just hasn't been able to lock that down. So I can see but
my problem with him not showing up right now is because when he went over to the Jets and then they couldn't get a deal done, I was very critical of Joe Douglas and the Jets front office and put it all on them. That makes it look like he was the bigger part of the problem. New team, new opportunity. Just because you didn't get the deals you wanted in the past, again, just show up. Not like you even have to put in hard work. But by not showing up, it's going to be a far bigger story than, and it's not even that big of a story.
Yeah.
It's at a point in his career where it's I don't think people are really talking about Reddick that much. And it's unfortunate. He did do enough to earn one of those big contracts, never got it. But maybe he never got that contract for reasons we don't really know about, right?
Sure.
At this point, you got to put it on him. The Eagles, if the Eagles kind of let you go, if they're not going to pay you, probably no one's going to fucking pay you.
Yeah, and I think it's also now he's at the point where he's 30 years old?
Yeah.
He's
it's just,
I don't know how much. I mean, if Trey Hendrickson gets that deal, maybe that could spark something, but I don't think the Buccaneers are going to be in a rush to pay him. They're going to be no, we want you to prove it. Because it's 1-year deal anyway. So
yeah, the difference is Hendrickson's coming off back-to-back 17.5 sack seasons, right?
Yes.
Reddick joined the Jets. He held out. He showed up. He got a sack that first game, and then I don't think any sacks after that. Hendrickson's still producing at that level.
Dude, I remember when this happened because I was he did really well for the Eagles. Why wouldn't they just pay him? Well, the Eagles are just fine, I think. I think last season went pretty well for them.
The Cardinals should have not. The Cardinals should have paid him back in the day.
Yeah, because they needed a pass rusher.
I think maybe they gave him one contract. I forget.
Yeah.
How much is he? How much has Reddick made?
Because it was he was waiting for that other one. Let's see. Because currently, it's a 1-year, $14 million.
That's still good money. $14 million fucking dollars.
It's pretty good.
Eagles gave him 3-year, $45 million in 2022. So that was the good contract that he got. Philly did pay him that. They just moved on from him after. And then it was 1 year, $8 million deal with the Panthers.
Yep.
The Cardinals declined a $10 million option in 2021. He was a first round pick, so he got first round money. But career earnings for Reddick, $66 million. He's fine. He's fine. Yeah, he's a guy who should have probably earned over $100 million, though.
Oh, yeah.
Based on early production. That's what's screwed up about the NFL and contracts.
Perna getting a fitting.
Oh, Nick! Nick! Oh, Nick!
Wow, these noises.
Oh, Nick! Denver versus Dallas, week 8.
That'll be a fun game.
Nice.
Oh, he went to Lions Rams. Ooh. Okay.
Manning Romo, 2013, one of the greatest games. One of the greatest games. Hell yeah, Nick. Let me see. Let me pick out a special clip for you, Nick.
There you go, buddy. Perna's going to get you a good one.
Which one do I want?
Oh, hold on.
Just some of the different competition. I'm combining words now.
Go Rams.
You're like, that's why I have faith in them.
Whose house? Titty house.
Swerve's house.
It's the Titty house in Los Angeles. What are you going to say?
Nothing. I just love when StreamYard peaks our mics. There was a clip, I think that I think Rachel tagged you in about.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even remember what the reference was.
The hell. It was.
I think I saw it for a brief second and I was like, that was good.
It's got to be on my profile here.
Cornell! What do you think is going to be a top dark horse team for the AFC and NFC? And where do you think Mike McCarthy goes to head coach after this year? I think, where does he go after this year?
Damn it. Where was that?
That's a great question. The McCarthy one, I feel like he could go to a struggling team and they'd be better for it. I just don't, we'll see how, the Saints' tenure goes. Maybe, or who knows? Maybe he goes and does something else. I don't know. McCarthy, I think, could get a job. I just don't know if he's going to be like insanely in demand for some of the better teams. You know what I mean? And top dark horse team in the AFC. All right, are we talking playoffs or are we talking Super Bowl? Because playoffs, I think there's a few.
What was it, Rachel?
Oh, God. NFC, I feel like the Rams are a sneaky one for like a potential Super Bowl. If things hit right, I feel pretty strong about the Rams this year. For the AFC, oh man. There's so much unknown with the Jaguars and Dolphins. I feel like they're huge dark horse teams because there's such huge question marks about them. But maybe one of those, maybe.
Dark horse AFC team?
Is so loud. I know how people feel about me.
The Raiders. Is my mic? You said my mic's loud?
It sounds loud on me. Maybe it's just me. The Raiders, would be the potential playoff team for me. I don't think they're winning a Super Bowl this year, but they're
Raiders. I did a whole video about them. I think they're on the right track. NFC Bears.
Ugh.
Bears, baby. Okay, I got it. All right,
Murphy, breakout year, top 5 defense. JSN, 1,500 yards. Seahawks are top number 1 seed. We'll see.
There you go.
This is the one.
Now it should automatically adjust my mic now. That should be better. I don't know why those settings change. Here it is.
I want to see what that offense looks like.
I'm wet. I'm dirty. Oh my, stuff all over the place, and here comes Brunson again.
I'm wet and I'm dirty. There's stuff all over the place.
It's got potential.
Did somebody spill a drink?
I think that's what happened.
Kevin Harlan.
Yeah, I think we did. We might have.
I'm wet. I'm dirty.
I feel like that could be combined with a few things that we already have. I think that is. Johnny, Kevin Harlan, the legend. Yes.
I need to download that.
Not even done.
All right.
I'm wet. I'm dirty. Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy? He's working on scripts.
Yeah. Just like a NFL news episode, if I can do it real quick today. Trying to get ahead for next week, but we'll see.
I like that. Members Q&A is going to be tonight. Going to aim for 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I was like, I'll probably just do this tomorrow, but then I'm going to go to the movies tomorrow, so we're going to go there. Why not? Yeah, so members Q&A, if I get a skit out, I get a skit out. I'm working on a couple things. I'm working on Coach, so we'll do that. And then maybe we'll be back on Friday. We'll see what happens with the news.
We'll probably be here Friday because I'll be gone Monday. But
True. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. and you have been navigated.